What is up, guys? So hey, just coming back at you today with another video blog, just leaving the gym, and figured I would hit you with the follow-up in the next episode in the Losing Belly Fat series. And today we're talking about, is it better to go low carb or high carb? All right, first things first. So low carb versus high carb, everybody has their opinion. I know some people do really well on low carbs. Some people do extremely well on high carbs. So, the question remains, which one is truly better? So first things first, we need to understand what makes up the ideal diet, right? So without worrying about macronutrients or carbs or protein or fat or anything like that, let's talk about something called adherence, all right? Because adherence is the ultimate factor when it comes to whether or not the diet is good for you as an individual trying to reach a certain goal. In this case, losing that unwanted belly fat, right? So adherence just refers to your ability to stick to something, right? So if a diet is not built for your needs, is not built around your lifestyle, doesn't give you the flexibility that you need or the type of foods that you need, it's not gonna work, right? Because if you can't stick to it for the long period of time, unfortunately, you're just going to end up spinning your wheels and you're gonna go back to square one, right? So if you say that, hey, I wanna lose body fat and I'm gonna go ahead and give low carb a shot, but yet you feel miserable all the time on low carb, well, then unfortunately, low carb is just not for you, right? Same could be said for high carb. If you're constantly feeling sluggish, right, and you're on high carbs during your fat loss diet, then it's not for you either, right? Because you're not gonna be able to stick to it. You're gonna get miserable. You're not gonna be productive, and you're not gonna kick ass in your day-to-day activities, your business, your family, and all that stuff, right? So adherence is king. Adherence is number one and really determines everything else, right? So my best advice when it comes to low carb or high carb is probably to start somewhere in the middle, right? Because if we start at a moderate level, we can always tailor up or down, right? If we go extremely high carb, then we're not really leaving ourselves any room. We kind of can taper back. But if we go super low carb, then the only thing we can really do is go up from there, right? So I like to start in the middle. Obviously making sure you have sufficient healthy fats in your diet, make sure you have enough protein and enough calories, obviously, from those macronutrients to sustain a long-term diet. And then obviously listen to your body, right? So if you're feeling awesome and the body fat's coming off at a good pace, your workouts are awesome, your energy throughout the day is great, then you don't really need to change much, right? If it's not broken, why fix it? So in my experience though, training, hundreds of people, almost thousands of people, here's the thing. Most people do well on moderate carbs, moderate fats, moderate protein. And the reason why is this gives the most flexibility when it comes to sustaining your diet, right? You can go out to eat still, you can eat lunches in the office, you can take clients out for dinners, things of that nature, and get meals that are pretty well balanced. Now, some people who train at a very high level, so let's say, for instance, you're in the gym once or twice a day, or at least once a day, those type of people who have a higher training frequency or a higher training volume, in my experience, do better on slightly lower fats, higher carbs. Now, that is not a set rule, because there will always be somebody out there that says, well, I do, low carb, high fat, and I'm ripped and jacked and all this other stuff, and you're wrong and I'm right. That's cool. There's no one size fits all. I'm just giving you my experience, right? So me personally, I'm usually in the higher carb, lower to moderate fats. And the reason why is simple. I enjoy foods like potatoes, rice, oatmeal that are lower in fats, higher in carbs, and they sit well with my body, right? The moment I go higher fat, I don't feel as good. Even though I'm lower carb and my body's running off of ketones for energy, which is a totally different topic for another video, I don't feel great, right? I feel very sluggish. My pumps in the gym are terrible. My energy is just not great. So I'm not performing 24 hours a day at a high level, and my sleep tends to suffer as well. So I like to stick to higher carbs, low to moderate fats, very moderate protein. Now, that's just me, right? Sometimes out of the year, I'll experiment. I'll go extremely low carb, almost zero carbs, high fats, moderate protein, low protein even, and see how I feel for a period of time. But when it comes to losing body fat, it's really imperative that you choose the diet that you feel awesome 24/7, you perform well in the gym, you perform well in life, and you can sustain it for the long haul. So that could be low carb. More than likely it's moderate carb, and for those who train at a higher frequency, higher carb is probably a great idea. Last thing I'll mention is that if you're starting at a very high body fat, so if you're coming from, for guys, 20 to 25% body fat, for women, 30 to 35%, it's not a bad idea to lower carbs to a lower level and rely on healthy fats for most of your fuel, just to kickstart the fat loss program. It's not a set rule, but it's something that could help, and it might kickstart things a little bit more. You might see a little bit more drop in weight initially to sort of get that momentum going, and start really getting the body in that fat burning state. Once again, I know guys who perform extremely well on high fat, low protein, low carb, and it might be for you. So give it a shot. Let me know what you think, and go from there. So hey, if you need some help with your diet, I have a free report for those guys out there who are looking to maximize their energy, live a long time, dominate in business, have energy all day, feel motivated to get their ass off the couch. I have my man diet checklist below in the comment section. You can download it for free, and that'll give you an extra resource when it comes to setting up your diet plan. All right, guys, Josiah, True Transformation. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.